The Grand Selection Hall was the quietest place Liam had ever seen. Hundreds of alien warriors stood in long, perfect lines. Their armor glowed. Their eyes stayed fixed on the small child walking toward the center, a fragile alien boy with pale skin and soft blue wings. His name was Prince Kale, the only son of the Xerian Queen. Everyone waited for one thing. Today, the child would choose his guardian. But there was one problem. Prince Kale never chose anyone. Every warrior had tried in the past. He pushed them away. He cried when they touched him. He hid from their voices. Some said he feared people. Others whispered he was broken. But the law still demanded a choice. A deep horn echoed through the hall. The queen rose from her throne. "Begin!" she ordered. Warrior after warrior stepped forward, kneeling before the child. Each one placed a hand on their chest and bowed their head. Prince Kale trembled. He stepped back. He shook his head again and again, refusing every single one. Murmurs spread across the hall. Warriors shifted uncomfortably. The queen's face hardened with worry. Then, a metal clank echoed from the side door. Everyone turned. A human technician stood there, holding a small toolbox. His name was Liam Hart, a simple maintenance worker who'd been called to fix a broken hinge. He froze when hundreds of alien eyes snapped toward him. I think I entered the wrong room," he whispered. But Prince Kale lifted his head. His wings twitched. His eyes widened in a way no one had ever seen. And then, he ran. He ran past the guards, past the nobles, past the strongest warriors of the Empire. He ran straight to Liam. Before Liam could react, the child leaped into his arms and wrapped himself around the human's neck. His small hands gripped tightly. His wings folded against Liam's chest. The entire hall gasped. The queen stood so quickly her throne shook. "Impossible," she whispered. Warriors stepped forward in confusion. "Your Majesty, the prince. He touched a human." Not just touched. He held on as if he had known Liam his whole life. Liam's heartbeat raced. He looked down at the child. "Hey, it's okay. I'm not here to hurt you," he said softly. Kale pressed his forehead to Liam's shoulder and let out a tiny, relieved sound, almost like a sigh. Something he had never done with anyone else. The queen descended the steps, her eyes sharp, almost fearful. "Human," she said, approaching slowly. "Do you know what this means?" Liam shook his head. "No, Your Majesty. I don't." She stared at her son, still clinging to the human like a lifeline. Then she announced, her voice trembling, "My child has chosen you as his father." The hall fell silent. Liam's tool slipped from his hand and hit the floor. He had come to fix a door. He had no idea he had just changed an empire. Liam followed the guards through the long crystal hallway, still carrying the small alien child in his arms. Prince Kale refused to let go. His wings stayed wrapped around Liam's chest like a soft shield, as if the boy feared the world around him. The guards kept their distance. They moved slowly, almost nervously. No one had ever seen the prince act like this. When they reached the queen's private chamber, Liam tried gently to lift Kale off his shoulder. "Hey, little guy, I think your mother wants to talk." But Kale held tighter. His small fingers dug into Liam's shirt, and he made a soft sound, half fear, half warning. The queen raised one hand. "Do not force him. He reacts badly to touch." She looked at her son again, shocked. "Except with you." Liam swallowed. "I don't understand, Your Majesty. I didn't do anything." The queen sighed and motioned for him to sit. He sat on a glowing chair, unsure what to do with a child clinging to him like a frightened animal. She began speaking with a heavy voice. "Prince Kale is different," she said. "His senses are too strong. Loud noise hurts him. Touch scares him. Even light can overwhelm him." Liam listened carefully. Since birth, he has rejected everyone. Teachers, healers, warriors, even me, his own mother. Her voice cracked for a second, but she quickly controlled it. No one understands his mind or his fears. Kale shifted slightly and rested his head on Liam's chest. The queen stared. "In his 6 years of life, he has never chosen anyone," she whispered. "Until you..." Liam looked down at the child. "He's just scared. Maybe he just needed someone calm today. No, the queen said firmly. This is something deeper. She stepped closer, examining how Cale's hands relaxed against Liam's shirt, how his breathing softened. This is trust, she said. Real trust. Something even our people could not earn. Liam felt pressure rising in his chest. But I'm just a technician. I fix doors and pipes. I'm not important. I'm not even trained for this. For the first time, the queen gave a faint, almost sad smile. That is why this is strange. The boy avoided the strongest warriors, but ran to the weakest. Liam flinched at the wording, but she didn't mean it as insult. She meant it as truth. Cale suddenly sat up in Liam's lap and touched his own chest with 2 fingers, then touched Liam's chest the same way. The queen's eyes widened. He is copying you. When did I do that? Liam asked. When you entered the hall, she said. You touched your chest as a nervous habit. He saw it. Cale repeated the gesture again, slower this time, as if saying, you and me. Liam felt something break inside him. Some wall he didn't know he had. Your Majesty, he said softly. I think he understands more than people think. The queen studied them for a long moment. Then she whispered, Human, what if he was waiting his whole life for someone like you? For the next few hours, Liam stayed inside the queen's private chamber, because Prince Cale simply refused to leave his arms. The queen tried speaking to her son, calling him softly in her own royal language, but the boy only tightened his hold around Liam's neck. Servants peeked from behind the doors. Guards whispered. Everyone stared at the impossible sight, a human comforting the prince. But not all eyes were friendly. A group of high-ranking advisors gathered in the balcony above, their faces dark with anger. They whispered among themselves, watching Liam as if he were a threat. He is human, one spat. This is dangerous. Another hissed. The prince cannot bomb an outsider, especially a weak one. Liam had no idea he was being watched like this. He focused only on the child trembling against him. Cale flinched at every loud noise, so Liam spoke in a soft, slow voice. It's okay. I'm here, Liam said gently. Cale made a small chirping sound and relaxed again. The queen noticed everything. She saw how the boy responded to Liam's tone, his calm breathing, his steady hands. It made her uneasy and hopeful at the same time. But then a guard rushed in, bowing quickly. Your Majesty, he whispered urgently. The council demands a meeting at once. They believe this situation must be controlled. The queen's eyes turned cold. They think they can tell me how to raise my son? The guard lowered his head. They say the human must be removed. Cale heard the word removed. His wings stiffened. His small fingers curled into fists. Liam felt him shaking. Hey, it's okay. No one has taken me anywhere. But he wasn't sure if that was true. The queen stood up sharply. No one touches a human without my command. Her voice carried power. Even the walls seemed to tremble. Still, the danger was real. When she left for the meeting, 2 guards stayed at the door. Liam sat on a soft couch. Cale curled in his lap, half asleep yet holding tightly to his shirt. Minutes passed. Then Cale suddenly lifted his head. His wings flared out, sensing something. He looked toward the dark hallway and grabbed Liam's hand urgently, pulling him away from the door. What's wrong? Liam whispered. Cale shook his head and pointed again, eyes wide with fear. Before Liam could move, a shadowy figure slipped into the corridor. Another followed. They walked silently, trying not to alert the guards. These were not royal guards. They were assassins. Liam froze. He did not know how to fight. But Cale pulled him toward a side exit, fast and desperate. The child wasn't guessing. He knew danger was coming. Liam whispered, You're saving me, aren't you? Cale squeezed his hand, confirming it. At the same moment, a cold voice echoed from the hall. Find the human. End this bomb before it destroys the empire. Liam realized something terrifying. This wasn't just politics. This was war forming inside the palace. And he was at the center of it. Liam held Prince Cale tightly as the child pulled him through the side passage. The little prince's wings shook with fear, but his grip on Liam was firm. He wasn't running away from danger. He was pulling Liam away from it. They reached a quiet maintenance hallway. One Liam recognized. Pipes, tools, storage crates. A place where no noble or warrior ever bothered to go. Kale pressed his hand to Liam's chest, urging him to stay low and quiet. Liam's throat tightened. "You sensed them, didn't you?" The child nodded quickly. Footsteps echoed from behind them, soft, controlled, deadly. 3 shadowed figures entered the hallway, carrying short, curved energy blades. Their armor was matte black, made for silence. "Assassins," one whispered. "The human must be removed before the queen returns. The prophecy cannot be allowed." Kale's wings curled around Liam, as if trying to shield him. Liam raised both hands slowly. "Look, I don't want any trouble." They didn't care. The first assassin rushed forward. Liam reacted on instinct. He grabbed a metal pipe from the wall and blocked the strike. The impact shook his whole arm. He staggered back, but he didn't fall. Kale cried out, clinging to Liam's leg. The second assassin moved to flank him, but Kale suddenly spread his wings and released a sharp, high-pitched sound, small but powerful. The assassins flinched. Liam took the chance. He swung the metal pipe hard, hitting the first attacker's armor. Sparks flew, but there were too many. One assassin grabbed Liam by the collar and slammed him into the wall. Liam gasped, struggling to breathe. Kale screamed, a raw, terrified sound that echoed to the metal hallway. The assassin raised his blade. Kale reacted before Liam could. The child's wings burst with glowing lines. Blue light pulsed from his body, spreading like a shock wave. It wasn't loud, but it was strong, full of instinct and fear. The energy blast knocked all 3 assassins backward, slamming them into the walls. Liam dropped to his knees, coughing. Kale rushed to him, pressing his forehead to Liam's. His small hands trembled violently. "I'm okay," Liam whispered, even though he felt dizzy. He placed a shaking hand on Kale's head. "You saved me." The moment didn't last long. The queen arrived with 10 elite guards, storming into the hallway. Her eyes widened at the sight. Liam injured, Kale glowing with unstable power, assassins unconscious on the floor. She stepped forward, voice shaking with fear and anger. "Who tried to harm my son and his chosen father?" The guards bowed, unsure what had happened. Kale crawled into Liam's lap and clung to him again, hiding his face in Liam's chest. His wings wrapped around both of them like a shell. The queen saw everything. She knelt in front of Liam, a gesture no one expected from a ruler. Her voice softened. "Human, you protected him, and he protected you." Liam looked up, breath uneven. "I couldn't let them hurt him." The queen stared at him for a long moment. Then she whispered, "Maybe my son chose correctly." The queen ordered the palace guards to secure the assassins, but her attention stayed fixed on Liam and the trembling child in his arms. Kale refused to release him, even with the queen kneeling inches away. The boy hit his face against Liam's chest, breathing fast from fear and exhaustion. Liam tried to speak. "Your Majesty, they were going to kill us." "I know," she replied softly. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were burning with controlled fury. "Someone inside my council planned this." Kale let out a small sob and tightened his grip. Liam rubbed his back gently. "It's okay, little guy, you did so well." The queen watched that simple gesture, the gentle hand, the soft voice. Her son had never been comforted like that before, not even by her. She rose slowly and faced her elite guards. From this moment, Liam Hart is under royal protection. No one touches him without my command. The guards bowed immediately, but the queen wasn't finished. She looked at Liam again. "Come with me. There are things the Empire must see." Liam followed her through a series of wide corridors until they entered the great council chamber. Massive stone walls, glowing sigils, and 12 alien leaders sat in a circle, all turning their cold eyes toward him. Whispers burst instantly. "The human survived? The prince uses power? This bond is too dangerous." The queen raised her hand. Silence hit the room instantly. Kale clung to Liam's neck as they stood in the center of the chamber. His wings drooped, tired. His breathing was uneven. Liam held him like a protective shield. The queen stepped forward. "My son," she said clearly, has made his choice. One counselor hissed, "He is a child. His choice has no meaning." Kale flinched at the harsh tone. Liam instinctively held him tighter. The queen snapped back. He chose with instinct, with heart, with trust. Her voice echoed like thunder, and this human risked his life to protect him. The council didn't speak, but their anger was clear. Liam swallowed, unsure if he was allowed to say anything. But Kale gently touched Liam's cheek, urging him to speak. So he did. "Your Majesty, Council, I don't want power. I don't want position. I didn't ask for any of this." He looked at the child in his arms. "But he chose me, and I won't abandon him." The counselors murmured in shock. The queen stepped beside Liam and placed her hand on the child's back. Then she looked around the room with a steel-hard expression. "I, Queen Cerelia of the Xerian Empire, declare Liam Hart the guardian father of Prince Kale." The chamber erupted. "You can't do that. He is human. This breaks tradition." Queen Cerelia lifted her chin. "Tradition did not save my son. Liam did." Her voice softened, almost unnoticed. "And Kale needs him." For the first time, Liam saw something warm in her eyes. Not cold command, not royal duty. Something more human. Something like gratitude. Kale nuzzled Liam's neck, as if agreeing. The council fell into uneasy silence. An empire had just changed because a child ran into a human's arms. After the queen's declaration, the palace changed. Some aliens accepted the decision. Some hated it. But everyone watched Liam now, the human who became guardian to the future ruler. Liam learned Kale's routines, his fears, his reactions to light and sound. He learned how the child breathed faster when stressed, how his wings folded when he was scared, and how he calmed only when Liam touched the back of his hand. And the queen noticed everything. Some days, she stood at the doorway just watching them. Kale playing with small hologram shapes while sitting in Liam's lap, or copying Liam's hand movements, or falling asleep on his shoulder. It was something she had never been able to give her son. Peace. But peace never lasted in an empire. One night, a deep alarm shook the palace. Red lights flashed across the halls. A guard burst into the queen's chamber. "Your Majesty, the Dravik fleet has entered our sky. They demand the prince." The queen's blood froze. "They want to take Kale?" "Yes. They claim our prince carries a rare royal ability. They believe he belongs to them." Kale woke from his sleep inside Liam's arms. His wings twitched with fear. Liam held him close. "It's okay. I'm here." The queen looked at them, human and child clinging to each other like true family. Then she spoke. "Both of you stay behind me. I will not let them touch my son." They stepped onto the royal balcony as enemy ships hovered over the city, sending down a thunderous voice. "Hand over the prince, or we take him by force." Kale trembled violently. The queen clenched her fists. Soldiers lined the palace walls. Before the queen could answer, Liam stepped forward. Everyone gasped. "Human!" the queen shouted. "Get back!" But Liam didn't. He looked up at the enemy ships and shouted, "You want him? You'll have to go through me first." It was a foolish move, a brave move, a human move. A beam of energy shot toward the balcony. Liam shielded Kale with his own body. And at that moment, Kale's power awakened fully. A massive blue barrier exploded from the child, covering the entire palace. The energy hit the enemy blast and shattered it like glass. The shockwave forced all Dravik ships backward. The queen stared at the glowing child in disbelief. "He is protecting us." Liam held Kale close. "You did it. You saved everyone." Kale looked up at him with tearful eyes and touched his chest. The same gesture he had copied from Liam the first day. The gesture that meant you and me. The queen stepped beside them, placing a hand on both of their shoulders. Her voice was soft and full of emotion she never allowed anyone to hear. "Liam, you are more than guardian. You are part of this family, and this empire will learn to accept it." The enemy ships retreated, defeated by the power of a child and the courage of a human who refused to let go. As the sun rose, Kale fell asleep in Liam's arms again, and the queen whispered what the entire empire now understood. This is the family none of us expected, but the one we needed.